People with little to no standards are very dangerous people you got to stay away from because they're trying to hold you to their same way of life. And if you have any goals or anything you want to achieve, or if you even just mentally think different to where you challenge yourself and you don't just go with the flow of things, they're just trying to push their negativity onto you. People have been so negative around me lately, bro, and it's been bad. And it's kind of from every forms of life. Like, just everywhere I go, it seems like there's just negativity floating around. And I like to think of myself as a positive person, especially recently. And it's so ironic that once I start feeling good about myself and start wanting to do better for myself and take the new year seriously, all this negativity just starts come flooding in. Right? We ain't even into February yet. I'm recording this on the 31st of January. But I just learned that you can't take these kind of people seriously because I can't remember exactly where I heard it from, but it was like a quote, and it was saying that when you first start your goals or dreams and stuff, people are happy because they see the process in you, like they see like the dedication and stuff. But then once you get closer to achieving them, that's when they start to hate you because not only are you casting a shadow on their on their failed attempt at getting their own goals, but now they feel like you're just in a spot that they could have been, and now they have to accept the fact that they didn't do what they could have or should have done. And it's just kind of crazy because we all know that one quote where it's like, people want to see you do good but not better than them, and I ain't never heard nothing so true, which doesn't make sense. I don't understand why do people always get stuck in this comparison game? It never adds up. Like, you're comparing yourself to somebody else. That doesn't make sense. How are you mad at somebody for attempting to or accomplishing something that you could have done yourself? It's not like we have superpowers or nothing, or this person didn't have the ability to try. Now, of course, some of us have given us easier tasks than others. Like, some people might have better backgrounds, better upbringings, whatever. But there's so many rags to riches stories to the point where it's almost worshipped. So there's literally no excuses. And I'm not saying everyone's supposed to make it that way, but in the event they tried and it became successful, you can't be mad if you didn't even try. Most people who are mad and hateful and have all this hate in their heart and are just straight haters, they didn't even attempt. If you tried and it didn't work out for you and you're making excuses because, oh, this person had it better than you, this, that, okay, whatever. If you want to do that, go ahead, I'll give it to you. But for the people who don't even try, why are you a hater? You didn't even do nothing. You didn't even try. How are you mad and you didn't even participate? You're mad because this person was on the podium, he won the trophy. You didn't even participate. But you're mad. Like, what? How does that make any sense? Like, people are so backwards, bro. And that's what I say. Negative energy is the one of the most top percent of dream killers ever. It's just other people's negative energy, other people's opinions on what they think you can do. How are you gonna tell me what I can and can't do? Like, you sound crazy right now. Like, people really move that way too, and that's the thing. When you don't confine to their thinking, they try to call you out and they try to make you feel bad about why you're not thinking like them. And why would you want to think like somebody like that? If this person doesn't think anything is attainable, they don't think anything's accomplishable, they think everything is just bare luck, no one has any influence in what they do, no choices, decisions, no accountability for nothing, oh, your life just planned out perfectly because, oh, you just was one of the lucky ones, right? If you don't adopt that mindset and you think, okay, let me accept accountability, let me try to shift my life into a better position, let me try to do this, let me actively try to make life something versus just letting life happen to me. If you try to think that way, they'll be mad at you for thinking that way instead of realizing that they're the problem. And it's crazy. Now, I understand some people are given really bad hands and you can't really do nothing about that. It's the unfortunate truth of reality of life. Some people are going to have it way harder and it's completely unfair. It's just how it is, right? But you can't, you're never going to be able to elevate by blaming. And we all know that, right? So it's like, there's no point. It's not fair. It's not supposed to be fair. And I do feel sad for people who do try and are put in those situations where it just wasn't meant to ever happen because of the hand they were dealt. That's a whole nother conversation. But there's literally people out there who will never even attempt nothing, who might even be given a decent hand, a good mid hand. You know, it's not horrible, not great. They have no excuses. Still won't try it and still try to spread negativity. Still try to tell other people that they're wrong for thinking positively and thinking that they can achieve stuff and just be negative in general. And I don't want to say no one's a waste of space because I feel like every person here has a. I feel like every person does have a purpose to a degree. And if your purpose isn't aligned in being in the spotlight, that doesn't mean you don't have a purpose as a whole. You could serve the purpose to put somebody else in the spotlight that changes lives. And that doesn't mean you didn't play a role. You played a role in elevating another person to be able to help thousands of people. That's a huge accomplishment. But people don't look at it that way. Everyone's self-centered. Everyone wants to be that light, that Spotify limelight. Oh, I'm the reason this happened. I'm the reason this and this. You have to play a role. You're not going to always be the star player. You got your bench warmers, you got your role players, and you got the all-stars. That don't mean the bench players ain't still playing, ain't still doing their thing. You know what I mean? It just means they know their role. You have to know your position. And that comparison thing is going to kill you. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else if y'all are two different positions. You're a point guard, they're a shooting guard. He's a center, he's a small forward. Why are you trying to play his position and that's not your game? Like, do you. That's all you have to do is just do you. You don't have to try to be some type of pinnacle icon. And I think that's people's problem now is I don't even think people, of course people want financial wealth and gain and all that other stuff, but I think people are morally, I think nowadays we're just so absorbed in this fame spotlight that everyone wants to be quote unquote famous or important. And it's just like, that's not necessary to have an impact. As long as you have an impact, that's all that really matters. How can you affect other people? You know what I mean? How can you be a positive effect on others? How can you cause someone to be that impact that you would want for yourself? You know what I mean? Like, instead of trying to create the spotlight for yourself, why not drag someone else into the limelight and let them be the shuttle of greatness? Because that's exactly what God does for you. That's exactly what he does. For the people who do make it and all that limelight, you have to understand, not everything is given, but certain people do have their role that you have to play. But the problem is not getting self-absorbed in that role. There's so many people nowadays who think they're more important than they really are, and then they try to carry that with them, not understanding. I don't really keep preaching to y'all too much. This isn't a religious channel. But this is all temporary. Like, we can't take none of this with us. Why are you so fixated on being the ruler or the king or a very important person in this world, forced to all leave here and it not mean nothing in the long run? We're all equal under the eyes of God, and yet y'all want to stand out so bad. Why? Were you not enough growing up? Did you not have enough for yourself? Are you not enough to have like, you know what I mean? You don't have, I get it. Everyone wants to be good or feel appreciated and all that. Who wouldn't want that? But at some point in time, you gotta learn that, like, trying to dim other people's light to make your own light shine brighter is not a good tactic, and it's not a great, and it's never gonna work, because the people who are gonna truly shine, they're gonna shine regardless, and all it's gonna do is just make your darkness look even more muggy, because you're gonna get caught in 4K trying to be a hater, and it's not gonna work, right? It's just not. So if that's the lifestyle you all want to choose to live and continue to live, go ahead by all means. But it's just a sad reality, and I wouldn't want. And even though I don't like that y'all are like that, not y'all specifically, but the people who are haters and all weird stuff. Even though I don't like that y'all act that way, I still want to see y'all succeed. There's so many haters I've encountered on the internet and even in real life and just whatever in person. People who are just negative all around, try to take your energy. I still wish the best for you, because at the end of the day, what do I look like trying to elevate, but trying to keep you down? I'm not trying to elevate over you. That don't mean we can't go together. But for some reason, people get that in their head. Oh, this person's doing better than me. I have to pull them down. Crabs in a barrel. It's sad. My goal is not to and that's why I said earlier too, is people trying to be pedestalized. Y'all need to relax. I'm not trying to elevate over anybody. I'm just doing me. I so happen to get to a level or wherever I might stay, it's cool, because I'm not in competition with nobody. If I elevate, I elevate. If I stay where I'm at, I stay where I'm at. But the goal is to better myself as a person. It's not to be better than you. I'm to better myself. If I'm better than myself, if I'm better than I was yesterday, then that's amazing. So if you stayed the same yesterday, but I got better than I was yesterday, and I so happen to be better than you now, theoretically we're all equal. That don't mean I view myself as better than you. I just view myself as better than I was yesterday. That's the only. Where do y'all not see that? We're not trying to belittle people or make people feel insecure about their own goals or nothing. And if anything, someone else elevating should motivate you. I ain't never seen nobody doing better than me, but oh man, I hate him, bro. He's like just got to hating for no reason. It motivated me. I've always been motivated by seeing people grow. That's how we get better together, because you're rising together. That healthy level of competition and oh man, we can get knowledge off of each other. It helps us grow. Why do you think? Why do you think all the super successful people nowadays? They're always together. They always work together. Now, of course, there is slight competition with like rivalries, but majority of people they gatekeep. They're gatekeep. Like what do? They're gatekeeping. They're working together, and y'all fighting each other at the bottom, not realizing y'all could be elevating to the top together. Because that's what they did. They elevated together, and then they gatekeeped from you, just for you to go hate and drag with somebody else. Come on, bro. Don't make no sense. Like I don't know. I just think there's a lot of work that needs to be done with that kind of mindset. Of course, like I said earlier, some people are just put in really bad situations. It sucks. It really does. But I truly think everyone has a shot. Now, is your shot as fair as the next man's? Probably not. But you still have a shot. You still have a chance. Not to mention, if we work together, like I said earlier, we can elevate. So it doesn't remind. Even if you're dealt a bad hand, but your man has dealt a good hand or a better hand, he can help elevate you. If you would just stop pulling him down. It's like, I don't know, bro. But this, it's just, I don't know. I have nothing else to say, honestly. It's just sickening seeing all this negativity float around, and it's just sad, bro. But if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm finna go, lay down or something. I don't know, bro. My head's spinning. But if you enjoyed the content, I go live on Twitch from time to time. I do games reactions, all this other stuff. I'll have these little yaps and all that. Links in the description if you want to follow me over there. Stay safe today. Keep guiding you guys' life. Catch you guys later.